everyone, it's Di here from Diane. How are we doing today? And this week I'm going to show you how to make this beautiful little gift box. I have filled my gift box with sweets, or chocolates to be exact. And I think this make a really great idea for work colleagues or elderly people that you may know, or for a nursing home if you do a charity run for a nursing home, to put a few sweets in for some of the people that never get visitors over Christmas or whatever. It's just gorgeous. This box is not staying down because I've dropped it a few times. How silly of me. But this box, I'm going to be using this ribbon, which is like a tinsel ribbon. That's retired, unfortunately, but I'm going to use it. This paper here is retired along with the card in this box, but this was my trial box, so to see just how big it was and how much it holds. Now this measures 3.5 by 3 inches by 1.5 inches, so that gives you an idea. It's a nice size. I mean, you could put a ribbon around it with a big bow on it if you wanted to. I've used here the Christmas poster, I think it's called, festive post, for this little car and the Christmas tree. There we go, this one here and the tree. And the Merry Christmas I've used here for this little round one. So we're going to use this with using my 1 inch circle punch to do this, but I'm going to use a different set. So out of this set I'm going to use the Merry Christmas, and out of this set, the Cherish This Season, it's got some beautiful dies with it. They've got 4 size dies, a big one, medium, 2 medium sizes and a tiny little one. Well, this, I'm doing the second size here, which I've got here. These are really quite a nice size. They're about a 10-cent piece, Australian 10-cent piece size, I guess that would be. And I'm going to do some little bits of greenery with them, so which is out of that die as well. So we're going to use that set for those. So let me show you what you need. Let's pop that out of the way for a moment, and I will show you what you need. Okay, so we're going to need a piece of cardstock that measures 9.5 by 7.5. We're going to need a piece of designer paper, and I'm using this one, and this is out of the hang on, let me have a look, I'll tell you the name of it. I've got some here on the table. Poinsettia Place Designer Series paper, and this piece measures 3.25 by 2 3/4, and then I have 2 other pieces that measure 3.25 by 1 1/4, and 2 pieces that measure 2 3/4 by 1 1/4. So you need 2 of those ones, 2 of them, and 1 big one. Okay, so that's it. A bit of scrap here for doing my silver bells with, just a bit of scrap that I had laying around. A little bit more for the greenery, and a tiny bit more in white for our punched out Merry Christmas. And here's my ribbon, so I will be using that for that. So let's pop them on one side, and let me show you how to score this. We're going to bring in the scoreboard, and we're going to score this on the long side, and we're going to score this at the 1/2 inch mark. And the 3.5 inch mark, the 5 inch mark, oops, get in the 5 inch, and the 8 inch. So we've got 1/2, 3.5, 5 and 8. Let's turn it now so that we have the small edge at the top, and we're going to score this again on the short side now, which is the 7.5 inch side, at a 1/2 inch, at 2 inches, at 5.5 inches, and 7 inches. So let's pop this out of the way, and we will start. So we have now here, we have 1/2 inch side either side, and 1 only at the top. So we're going to start by cutting away this tiny little square and the rectangle, and notching in a little bit at the next one. So we have a, and we're going to do exactly the same on the other side. I didn't pop that one up quite high enough. There we go. Then we're going to cut down where the next score line is. We're going to cut that down to the second score line. So we've got one score line, two score lines, and we're cutting down to that score line there. And we're going to do exactly the same again on this one, and again on this end one. And we're going to do exactly the same on the other side. So we're going to cut down to the second score line like that one, at that score line, and that score line. Okay, so now we're going to cut this piece away along the second score line there. We're going to cut that away. Oh my goodness, it's really hard for me to see the score line. It's a very overcast day here today. Last day of winter when I'm doing this. Filming this one. So last day of winter for me here in Australia, which makes it the 31st of August. Come on, get away there. There we go. Cut that nice and square there, that's better. We're then going to, on this small flap and this small flap, we're going to cut them in half. So we're going to, I'll get my other scissors, it might be a little bit easier. I can cut in one foul swoop then. I'm going to cut them in roughly in half, because we only need about half of that. And we're going to do exactly the same on the other side. Get off my scissors. So this is what we're going to be left with. Let's pop all these bits in the rubbish bin, which is close by me this week. So this is what we're going to be left with. So we've got two flaps here, two flaps here. So now we're going to fold and burnish all our score lines. All the score lines are now folded and burnished. Absolutely beautiful. Ta-da, ta-da. We're going to lay this down flat now, and we're going to bring in our designer paper, whatever I did with it. There we go, here it is. And we're going to pop these all on. So we're going to start with our largest piece, and we're going to pop this on. Should I have it that side? No, this is the side I had chosen, so let's go with that. Can't you see how beautiful this paper is on both sides? So we're going to pop this one onto the top with the flap. Oh, use my eyes and I might be able to see. Let's turn that around the other way and I'll be able to see it a bit easier. There we go. I haven't got my glasses and I've left them in the other room. Not that I need them for crafting, I only need them for driving. We have two larger pieces, and one goes there and one goes there, so let's pop them on too. So let's turn that around the other way, and we'll pop these on there. Yep. Oh, little bit over. Oh, it's what I class as passable. And another one down the bottom here, which is going to be the front, so we have to make sure that one is nice and neat. And then we're going to turn this side on, and we're going to pop these onto the sides here and here. So the only one that doesn't get done is that bottom one, and our little flaps on the side. And this paper is good because there's no right or wrong way up. So that makes it really great for using on something like this. Ouch. Squeezing that bottle made my fingers hurt actually. So let's pop the lid in there, and let's pop this on. I don't know why I put the lid on that because I'm going to need that again in a second. And we'll pop that onto the side there. So we've put all our designer paper on. So now we're going to actually make our box up. So we're going to start by putting some glue onto this back section here on both of the sides. And we're going to just bring them up and making sure they're nice and square. Pop that in there, and the same on this one over this side here as well. Absolutely lovely and square. While waiting for those ones to dry, we'll do exactly the same for these two front flaps. There we go. And then they can sit in there really lovely. Squeeze that one in and around. And then, I don't think I've cut this correctly for some unknown reason, because this bit doesn't want to go down. Yes, it does. It's just the way I did it. It's because I didn't actually fold that one. I'm a naughty girl. I didn't actually fold those ones when we did our other line, burnishing. What a silly Billy. Never mind. There we go. So there's our box. There's our main box. How gorgeous is that looking? Alright, so let's get stuck into the rest of it. So what we've got is we've got these beautiful bells and some bits of greenery here. So I'm going to pop some dimension on the back of the bells. Just one on the back of each. Get off my finger. That's because I've got glue on my fingers. And I'm going to pop these onto the top of our box wherever we like. So I might put them down here so they're overlapping, and we'll put the greenery so that it pops out the top like so, like that. That looks great to me. Oops. So we'll pop a little bit of glue down the centre of our greenery bit and pop that into the top there, and again with the other one. There we go. So they're on there like so. I have these beautiful gems here, and I will use, these are called wonderful gems, not beautiful gems, wonderful gems, and I will put one right in the middle there with two of the smaller ones, one either side of it. There and there. How that looks, that's looking beautiful. And then we will bring in our real red ink pad, and we will stamp our little Merry Christmas with this red ink. Gorgeous. And this is a new pad, and you can see it's so juicy and it's really hard to open and close. So let's punch that out and make a bow out of our ribbon, our tinsel ribbon. I'm only using this because I don't like wasting stuff, and I think, well, it's Christmassy and why not? So let's do it. There we go, come on. I'm not really get round there. There we go. Let's cut that off just there. Leave it nice and long for a moment. So let's pop another dimension onto this. Merry Christmas. And we'll pop him up in the top corner here. And we'll get a couple of glue dots, which I've got just here, and pop them onto the back of the ribbon. One, come on, thank you. Two, I like to be safe than sorry, so we'll pop the little ribbon bow, which doesn't want to bow. There we go. Get off my finger. Right at the bottom of the Merry Christmas there. Let's pop that back in the box out of the way, and we trim these up so that they look perfect. And there we have it, one little box. So let's see how many chocolates we can fit in our little box. I have a few here. These are really quite big chocolates, as you can see. They're not tiny. Like I'll pop that in the palm of my hand. You can see they're not tiny little chocolate. So we can fit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 chocolates in there for that. 5 chocolates in there. What a gorgeous little box. What a gorgeous little project for a few people at work. And I'm sure they'll love it. And I hope you have enjoyed today's project. If you have, please give me a thumbs up. If you would like the written tutorial for this, please head over to Diane for Stamping, Crafting and Tutorials on my Facebook group page. There you will find the written tutorial and everything there. All the tutorials there are free. So if you would like the written tutorial for this or any of my other projects, please just head over there and join the group. It's free to join, and it's free to download as many of the projects there that you enjoyed. So I will see you again next week. Bye for now.